Our regularly scheduled program, the world broadcast premiere of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, will not be seen tonight, so that we may bring you this instead. If you suffer from any of the symptoms of, well, you know, then you need to ask your doctor if Secretia is right for you. Why suffer one day longer when Secretia can make your life normal again? Just one Secretia tablet daily is all it takes. It's a great day to be alive. Secretia has been found in a small number of cases to cause impotence in men. Other symptoms may include enlarged lymph nodes, rectal cramping or bleeding, and chronic vomiting. Pregnant women should not be in the same room with a Secretia tablet. Secretia may cause women to grow testicles. Live your life to the fullest with Secretia from Stoner Pharmaceuticals.
Good evening and welcome to TV. I'm your host, Jonny, and in case you're wondering, so am I. It's our very last show of our very first season. Yep, we've been on the air now for 7 months. That means we've been on the air longer than the entire combined lineup of UPN. I better not say that, though. We might end up on UPN in the fall, or WB, or Fox, or whoever will have us. You'll have to check the TV website and call the TV hotline to find out the station and times that we'll be premiering in the fall, but we'd like to have you back because you've been a lot of fun. We've got a great show for you tonight. We got everything you'd normally expect to see on TV. Well, that is except for one thing. We did have a garage band all lined up, but at the last minute, they decided they didn't like the stigma attached to being called a garage band. Well, guys, prima donnas, it's kind of like a joke. You see, you're a band, you come and play in our garage. So a play on words, garage band. Get it? It's a joke. But if you don't want the publicity, screw you. But hey, it's kind of cool because you guys can just stick to your public access show. There's no stigma attached to that. So we've got a good show for you and everything that you'd expect to see except garage bands. We'll have garage bands back in the fall. Some good bands too. People have been sending in cards and letters and emails and saying, Jonny, put on more of those goofy things that you find in catalogs. And in the same letters they also say, where do you find all that stuff? Well, I get it all as junk mail, but one of those junk mails is actually the 500 best catalogs catalog. So if you're a bigger loser than I and you don't get all the free junk mail, you can actually pay for them at $2 or $3 or up to $5 per catalog. Might want to check that out. Some of those catalog finds that we have tonight, some really good ones. Here's our first one. You know, erase a-hole. That sounds like a really good idea. I know a few a-holes that I'd like to erase. I do. If you accidentally erase your a-hole, you need this. It's Fanny Floss. And isn't that a beautiful picture? Fanny Floss. Wasn't that the big-boobed redhead that used to be on the old Match Game with Gene Rayburn? Oh, we've got a daily double on this page also. There's another one right next to it here. By the way, my birthday's coming up in June. If you want to know what to get me, this could be it. It's the Complete Guide to Bodily Fluids. Everything you've wanted to know but were afraid to ask. So you can find out everything from sweat, saliva, to belly button lint, and even toe jam. By the way, you can even kind of make a hobby or even a science out of the thing, and as a chemist would need an Erlenmeyer flask, the bodily fluid collector would need this. It's called the Sheath Urinal Kit, and it says here that it's great for active men and also for those confined to beds or wheelchairs. And it's true. I'm wearing one right now, and I had a six-pack of beer before the show, and
This is the Garabo 25-second minute. Ready, begin.
Everybody wants to know how we can prevent another tragedy like the one that occurred in Littleton, Colorado. The answer seems simple. Talk and listen to your kids. Parents who watch this show, if your kid seems distracted by something, like he's dwelling on something and he may act out against society, talk and listen to him. Kids who watch this show, find somebody to talk to. It doesn't matter if it's a radio talk show host, your parents, a teacher, a friend, church, whatever. Find someone to talk to, and parents, when they go to you, you better listen. I'm out.
Time. This has been the Garabo 25-second minute from Real Radio 104.1.
Hello, I'm Martha Stewert with a few summertime suggestions. If you're like me, you enjoy going to the beach as much as you enjoy a nice cocktail. However, on most beaches, you cannot have open intoxicants. Well, here is the perfect way to enjoy a lovely cocktail wherever you might be this summer. Make booze cubes. Just freeze your favorite liquors into cubes and enjoy a cocktail at the beach or anywhere. I've frozen my personal favorite, vodka, into cubes. Turn a glass of fresh Florida orange juice into a screwdriver, and tomato juice becomes an instant Bloody Mary. Have fun and mix up your own favorite libations. Speaking of drinks, we have all made sun tea. But did you know that our abundant sunshine in the summer lets you make other solar taste sensations? And I'll prove that by making Sun Eggs Benedict. Start by placing an English muffin on the hood of your car, parked in the hot sun. This works best on a darker colored car. Then, place a slice of ham on your pre-warmed sidewalk. Then, crack an egg on the sidewalk next to the ham. In a small bowl, mix your yogurt, mayonnaise, and mustard, and allow to sit in the hot sun while your meal is cooking. The actual cooking time for your area will vary, but it will generally take about 30 minutes to an hour. Have one of your booze cube orange juice cocktails and wait for your delicious meal to cook, completely natural and without heating up your kitchen. When it is time to serve, place your English muffin on the plate first. Then, add your ham and place the egg on top. Okay, like that. This is where I like to add the second English muffin crown, but you don't have to. Then, drizzle the top with your yogurt, mayo, and mustard sauce. Ooh, lovely. And there you have it, Sun Eggs Benedict. And finally, nothing is more refreshing than taking a summertime dip in your pool. And you can make it an effervescent experience by draining all of the water out of your pool and replacing it with club soda. And when the pool goes flat, just drop some Alka-Seltzer into it to recharge the bubbles. And you can enjoy fizzy fun all summer long. And Jonny, that's a good thing. Cannonball!
You know, there's one weird woman. She's been stalking me lately, too, although it's not all bad. She's been breaking into my house and cleaning things.
TV is not being brought to you tonight by Hose Auto. Remember, no one can service you like Hose.
Even though we were off last month, you guys were still busy sending and phoning in those tips. And here are some of the fruits of your labor.
It's a sign of the times.
First up, I have no idea what they're advertising here, but I sure as hell hope it has something to do with sandwiches. Speaking of food, here's an interesting combination: Boston-style Chinese cooking. I hear the Mugu Gai baked beans are to die for, and be sure to check out the Szechuan chowder. We found this place in beautiful South Orlando, and I'm not sure, but I think this may be illegal except in parts of Southeast Asia and Africa. And finally, now here's a great idea. Nothing goes together better than drunk people and loaded weapons. If you see a sign of the times, let us know about it, and if we use your idea on the air, we'll send you a TV Thrift Shop t-shirt.
no privacy. Hi everybody, it's Sandy again for another edition of Rave Reviews. Recently we were down in South Beach with a music conference where raving producer Jeff went around and checked everything out, and here's what he had to say.
By the time I got to South Beach on the first night of the conference, I caught Paul Van Dyke changing his records. No time to dilly-dally. This is the Winter Music Conference 1999, where the world's top DJs, composers, producers, and promoters gather and schmooze. It's my Rave Reviews duty and my dedication to TV, soon to be TV 2000, to take it upon myself to mingle, socialize, and most importantly, party for the cause. The Clevelander provided a full assortment of DJs and live acts to thoroughly enjoy. Rob E. is badass. LA's Dimension 23 was there. Prism and Eclipse put on a good show. I barely escaped assimilation. Don't hate me for being a jungle freak. New York's King Size graced us with his presence. Did I mention Sandy was there? You can't forget DJ Scream and DJ Kemper. Noel Sanger and Nicole Henry performed their live act. What a voice. I think I can feel it. Always a good set from AK 1200. This time, MC Nocturnal helped him rock Goldfinger's drum and bass style. And checked out Rennie Pilgrim's awesome UK breaks. I was also honing my alien antennas onto the right event. The one late night that has a lineup I'd sacrifice one of my kidneys for. Or am I out by now? Instead of going to a house party at someone's mansion, I funked like a bunny. At Funk Like a Bunny. That was the name of the party, sponsored by none other than Playboy. And hosted by Illusion Productions. Held at one of South Beach's venues to beat all venues, Amnesia. This was the house party to be at. Headlining were the house scene's best. Nigel Richards, Bad Boy Bill, Terry Mullen versus Halo, Mistress Barbara, grrr. Junglist Danny the Wild Child, J Love, and more. This party was truly da funk. Yes, all good things must come to an end. This is Jeff for Rave Reviews.
All right, hope you enjoyed that from the Winter Music Conference. Hope you had a good time. Y'all have a good summer. We'll see you back in the fall.
We have a brand new bit here on TV. It's called the TV List, and I want to point out at the beginning that this is absolutely nothing like Letterman's Top 10 list, okay? All right, our topic for the list is the top things to do this summer in Central Florida. Coming in at number 327 is go to Universal Studios' new Islands of Adventure.
Now, I'm not just saying that to suck up to Universal Studios and hopefully get free passes. Well, actually, I am saying it to suck up to Universal Studios and hopefully get free passes, but there's more to it. I've already been out there. The coasters are fantastic. If you haven't been out there yet, go out there. It's the best theme park in town, and Islands of Adventure is the official theme park of this show.
Back to the list, number 269, sit in I-4 traffic. Number 210, you can practice your offensive driving skills by flipping off tourists along I-Drive.
You know, Orlando was in the top 5 cities for most aggressive drivers, and part of the blame has to go to the city planners who can't make a beltway that buckles. It's more like a tuning fork. And why is it that they can't make it so that you can go more than 2 signals in a row without hitting a red light?
Number 175, you can attend a lot of cultural events. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, that's from the wrong list. That's from the things to do if you're leaving Central Florida this summer list. Moving right along, number 115, you can count the dead fish and birds along Lake Apopka. Number 69, 2 words, Bithlo.
By the way, did I mention that this is absolutely nothing like Letterman's Top 10 list?
Number 13, marvel at the genius of local government officials. And the number 1 thing to do in Central Florida this summer, count the minutes to the premiere of TV 2000 this fall.
Check the hotline and website for stations and times.
TV is not being brought to you tonight by Beaver Door and Trim. When you think of trim, think Beaver.
This is TV News, hardly working for you, with anchor and four-time winner of the Palatka Press Club's Junior News Humper Award, Dirty Jim.
Howdy, boys and girls. It's Dirty Jim from Real Radio 104.1 and the Monsters of the Midday here with another edition of TV News. Now, right up out of the national scene, out of Hiroshima, Japan. You remember Hiroshima? Japan. There's a guy named Hiroda Ruma who is developing himself a robot fish. Now, you might ask yourself, Jim, why would you develop a robot fish? Well, they actually have a reason. They're going to use the technology to make their submarines and ships better by using the oscillating propulsion system to make them faster, lighter, and more efficient. Now, when we contacted Mr. Ruma on his next big project using this same technology, he said, we plan to develop a woman who will actually sleep with me for less than $1,000 a night. It seems that technology has come up goose eggs so far. Up next, guys, coming to us from Las Vegas, this guy named Bob Stupak. Now, you might not recognize that name, but he built that big Stratosphere hotel out there, the one that's like real tall, like 1,200 feet tall. It's got the roller coaster in it and the whole thing, and it's now bankrupt. He's going to build the Titanic Hotel. You guys remember the Titanic, right? You ready? Here for where? You know, that whole thing. Celine Dion, every time you hear that, you just want to club her like a harp seal, that Celine. Well, they're going to build this hotel in Vegas. It's going to cost $1.2 billion. It's going to have 1,200 cabins. And Bob said that as soon as he raises the money, they're going to build this thing. And just to maintain originality, he plans to flood the entire joint with ice-cold seawater at least twice a day. Guys, this is coming to us from L.A. That's right, Los Angeles, the jackass capital of the universe. Well, there's a softball game going over in L.A., guys, and it contained the LAPD. That's right, the Los Angeles Police Department, and you all know about them. Rodney King, O.J., boy, they've had their fun over the years now, haven't they? But they're out there, you know, relaxing, playing a little softball against any old regular team in any old regular softball league. When a fight breaks out, it seems that an umpire changed the call from safe to out, and all hell broke loose. There was a veritable melee going on in the field, people beating up cops with baseball bats, and just people going nuts to the point where a cop had to pull out his gun and shoot it in the air and yell freeze to get the massacre to end. Well, I find this funny because next week, the LAPD plays the U.S. Postal Service. That should be fun, and you can tune in next week where we can give you that.
Pardon me, Dirty Jim. Did you know that with a little bit of club soda, I can take that dirty right out of Jim and we can call you Clean Jim?
Johnny, who the f*** is this bitch?
That's Martha Stewert. She follows me everywhere I go.
Oh, excuse me. Did you know that in some Slavic countries that the term bitch is actually quite complimentary?
This is a story about a campaign, a billboard campaign called the God Speaks program. Now, you've seen them in Central Florida. Chances are you've seen them in Miami, and there are even some over in Texas. And what it is, it's a billboard campaign meant to bring attention to religion and church and stuff like that. It's called God Speaks. And they're just solid black billboards with bold white writing, and all of them are signed God. Like, here's an example of one that's here in Orlando. It says, "Don't make me come down there," you know, God. Or "You think it's hot up here," you know, God. And I think it's actually a pretty clever program, but I actually thought to myself, I bet those aren't the only ones they have. I bet they have some laying around the office that they didn't get to put on the billboard campaign, but they actually hope to, because this is going to be a national thing. They're taking this thing all across the U.S. So I asked the guys over there at the God Speaks program to send me over some of the ones that didn't make it so I could read them and let their audience know what they can expect. And here are some of them. This one you're going to be seeing soon. Here it says, "Swagger was framed." God, or this one, he's going to have one, which I thought was a little weird, but it's going to say, "Man, I'm horny." God. Or the one that I found the strangest of all of them was one that said, "Go to church and give 10% of all your earnings to your preacher man so that he can live in a big $1 million house in a gated community, wear $3,000 designer suits, and drive a different color Porsche for every day of the week." And that's the TV news for this week, boys and girls. Remember, we're going to take the summer off, so I'll see you next fall. Until then, I'm Dirty Jim from Real Radio 104.1 and the Monsters of the Midday.
And that's the way I see it.
You bet your ass. Atta girl.
Thanks, Dirty Jim. You know, a lot of people say the only culture you're going to find in Central Florida is in the yogurt case of your neighborhood Winn-Dixie store, but every now and then the city does something that actually makes it seem like a real city. Something like that happened just recently right here along Church Street in downtown Orlando. It was called the International Fringe Festival. This year's Fringe saw sellout crowds watching about 300 artists and 66 groups doing about 450 performances on 8 downtown stages. Divided by 4 times 3 equals pi times the square root of 6.
Tonight, we present our hit musical series, Variety Hour, starring Danny Day and the New Day Trio.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Variety Hour. It's a pleasure to have you with us here tonight. My name is Danny Day.
He's never going to get anywhere.
Well, he has gotten somewhere. He has his own show.
Yeah, so did Magic Johnson.
I'm a member of the International Association of Jazz Educators, and that's one of the reasons why we put on the show, and my influences in the music.
You got people with cell phones making dinner reservations during the comedy sketches. You got beepers going off. Children.
Let that rhythm hallelujah, start right now and do the heaven hop, the heaven hop.
I thought you were someone else.
Oh, easy mistake. We all look the same from the back.
Ah, I know. What's up with that? Everyone's dressed like an angel. You think maybe they could be a little more creative?
Well, it's what the new people expect. It makes them feel more comfortable. Now, a while back, we did try a more casual approach until somebody made the comment it made us look like we were being sponsored by the Gap.
I hope you had a great time tonight, and I hope you visit us real soon, right here in the Music Live studio.
Why spoof a TV show?
We just came up with that. We were, we needed a format for our show to present the music and the comedy sketches, and so we just came up with the TV variety show, and that's the way it happened.
And of course, loosely based on the TV program, right?
TV program?
Okay, thank you very much for talking with us. We'll see you later. Bye. Goodbye.
That's our boy.
Here he comes, honey. Turn it back.
Everlasting, we are everlasting, everlasting. Oh, everlasting, we are everlasting.
That was Variety Hour, an original comedy and musical that happened this year at the Fringe Festival. Fortunately, we were here to show it to you in case you weren't able to see it yourself. It's all about a TV variety show and all the interesting things that happen. But here on this TV variety show, nothing really interesting ever happened, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Candy flashogram from DJ Sandy.
Oh, thank you very much. Here.
Oh, yes.
What was I talking about? Oh, anyway, meet me upstairs at Volcano, Sandy. Yeah, I guess it must be important, so I'm going up to Volcano to talk to Sandy. You watch them, and we'll be right back.
All right, we are them. I'm Bob. Will. Ian. John.
Rob.
Woo! Right here, Rob, Magic Fingers Cool.
I'm sitting here, I'm looking at you, my beautiful faces in the crowd. My frown is here, but now it's turned upside down. I'm smiling.
Everybody smile.
Smile, smile.
Everybody smile.
Smile, smile.
I want to see the smile on your face for a while. Smile till it hurts. Smile in your skirts. Hey! The weather's beautiful tonight, Gerald. Yes. I just worry about the wolves. Yes, they have been rather dangerous lately, haven't they? Shannara, what is wrong?
Oh, I don't see anything wrong.
I see you dancing with wolves.
Right, Gerald. I have danced with the wolves. I've done other things with the wolves too, Gerald.
Don't make me...
Unspeakable things,
No!
Gerald.
Get away! Get away!
It seems you've been conquered, Gerald. Freeze! Frisk him, boys.
Nothing in his hair, bud!
Okay, he can come on in. So, you got a message for me is what I hear.
Yeah, I got a message for you, slime.
What are you talking about? That's Mr. Slime to you, J.L. Slime.
That's actually your name?
Yeah. Oh, were you just guessing?
Well, then what the f*** did he smack me for?
I don't like your attitude, boy.
Make with the message. Yeah. The message is that Malone's got your corner. You know what I'm saying? He's got your tag. Your buildings are gone. Your area's gone. Your city's gone. Mr. Slime. It's not my fault, boss.
Joey, what? I leave for a week and I come back and this is what happens. My city is gone.
It's still there. Look outside.
No, boss. Boss, while you were gone, all Joey did was smoke your cigars and drink a... Shut up.
Wow.
What? You're the one who got us into trouble.
It appears as if you're not gonna kill the messenger, so I'm just gonna...
No, we're gonna kill you right now.
I'm gonna kill the messenger.
There's one thing about you. Oh, wait. Is that a cry of pain? No, it's silence. Mr. Shot in the throat. He's taking entirely too long. Well, looks like we're gonna have to go back to the old ways of doing things. First of all, we're gonna have to get louder guns.
Sandy, I got your note. Jen, good to see you again. It's been a while.
Oh, man.
I'm glad that we have both of you here because this is our last episode of TV for this season, and both of you have really made the show a big success, and I'd like to thank you both for being a part of the show, and just, oh, we've got some wine. Let's do a toast. To a great season, our great first season of TV, and here's to many more. And as I said, this is our last show of this season, and what we'll be doing is coming back in the fall. Check the TV webpage, or also you can call the TV hotline to find out exactly when and where we're going to be. And we'll all be back in the fall. Well, actually, not all of us will be back in the fall, but most of us will be back in the fall. Right. Birdies. And stars.
That was fun. Let's do that again.